There are 5 beginner mistakes that action sports photographers make when they're just starting out. When I corrected these 5 things, it completely changed my photography. And if you're still doing these 5 things, I think it can help you level up your photography as well. So let's get into these 5 things. Number 1, beginners play it safe. Now there's 2 ways I mean by playing it safe. The first way is people go on Instagram and they recreate the same shots that have been done time and time again that have honestly gotten super boring. They're not utilizing different techniques and angles that could help better enhance their stories that they want to tell. And the second way is they're literally playing it safe. They don't want to get in the action. They'd rather slap on a telephoto lens and shoot the subject from a further distance. Now, I do understand that you can't always be in the action for safety reasons, especially when it comes to dangerous sports. But when the opportunity does present itself, it's no time to be shy. For example, one of the times that I go up close and personal with a subject is when possibly a dirt bike is cornering, or I have someone wake surfing behind the boat, or I'll be behind a side-by-side when it's kicking up dirt. Okay, moving on to number 2. Beginners don't understand how shutter speed affects their photos. This is crucial to achieve either tack sharp images or produce a creative look and create motion blur within your shots. Despite what some people say, I believe that there's a place for both of these techniques to be used within action sports photography. It can allow you to better enhance the story that you want to tell. To achieve super crisp images, you're going to need a higher shutter speed to compensate for your subject's movement, along with your own movement. And then to achieve motion blur, you're going to want a lower shutter speed. It's really up to the photographer's discretion on how they want to use their shutter speed. But it is crucial to know how your shutter speed affects your photos. Number 3, a big thing that I found that I wasn't doing at the start of my career was directing the talent. A lack of direction can mainly come from not knowing the sports that you're shooting. When you know more about how the sport works in the peak times of action, you'll be able to explain to the athlete where you want to be positioned and how you want them to move through the frame. For example, when I was shooting this side-by-side, I wanted them to drift right past me, so I asked my talent, is it okay for me to stand here in this spot for you guys to complete your drift without worrying that you're gonna hit me? He said, yeah, that's totally fine. So after we shot the first round of images where my subject did the drift in front of me, I actually noticed that he was looking at the camera when he was in mid-drift, which I didn't really want, so I just simply asked, would it be possible to shoot this again, but just have you not looking at the camera this next time? He said, yeah, no problem. We shot it again, and it worked out perfect. By guiding my subject and giving them specific instructions while checking in to making sure that they were comfortable with all the action that was going to happen, I was able to walk away with shots that I was much happier with in the end. Number 4, I've definitely been guilty of this. Beginners get caught up in gear. I do believe in having the right gear to get the job done, but I believe when you're just starting out, it's always better to go minimal. This allows you to learn your craft and get as creative as possible with the shots that you're creating. Something I know so many photographers get caught up in, because I was there too, is the lenses that you're using. Now I have another video of this, and I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I believe that the best lens is the 24-70mm. I've used this lens since day 1 of my career, and it still barely leaves my camera. I haven't even come close to exhausting the possibilities with this lens. I think it's best to save money from the start of your career and try to be as minimal as possible and let that fuel your creativity. And number 5, beginners don't think with the thought of storytelling. When shooting action sports photography, it can get so easy to get caught up in the climax moment or the payoff shot. Trust me, I know that those shots are incredible to capture, but if you're going to market yourself to brands, they want to see that you can tell a story. Let's use this dirt bike shoot that I did as an example. To tell more about the environment that I was in and the subject that I was shooting, I shot things like the sign or the rider gearing up. By adding these little details and moments, it helps to give context to who the individual is that's riding. There's always going to be more to the story than just that climax moment. Like if someone's going to go try smashing a new trick and they've got a whole group there cheering them on, capture those moments of anticipation or the excitement when they land that trick. As photographers, we only have a few frames to tell our story, so we need to make each frame count and take our viewer on a journey. If you like this video, I think you'll also like this one where I talk about the best gear that I would recommend for action sports photographers. And make sure to subscribe. I'll see you over in that video. All right, peace.